How's it going, everybody? Today we got some Mad Balls. Now these are going to be made by Kid Robot, distributed by NECA. This wave is going to include these three guys right here up front. We got a Chucky from Child's Play. We have the Pennywise from the 2018 It. And we also have Pinhead from Hellraiser. So at first look, we can notice that this is the Chucky where he's all like stitched up, eye bulging out. Got that slime stuff coming out. What was real cool was that I noticed on the back it says Play Pal Toys. It's pretty cool. And so with Pennywise, we're going to take a look at him as well. He's got that same slime stuff coming out. It's pretty cool, kind of toony. The cool thing I noticed about him was he had the balloon tucked away behind. So that's pretty cool. So far, the first two have had something to do with the movie. Little extra details. It's pretty cool. Then we're gonna look at Hellraiser, or well, Pinhead. Now what I noticed is it looks like they had a game of tic-tac-toe going on. I don't know, I guess if you know what that is or if it's anything different, just let me know in the comments. To me it kind of looks like a tic-tac-toe game. But I've never actually seen any of the Hellraiser movies, so could be something to do with the movie, I'm not sure. Pull them back, there you go. And so those came in today with our NECA shipment. And those are going to be made by Kid Robot, distributed by NECA. And they've done these before with horror, so like they've done Aliens, Predators, different stuff like that. And so next, we're going to be checking out what came in from NECA today. And that is the corpse actually of Pam from Friday the 13th. So we'll bring it up. And if you want to take a look at the back, you can go ahead and pause it. And take a look at some of the product shots here. So this is going to be from part 3. And from what the back of the box says is this is going to be from the scene where somebody's having a dream and her corpse emerges from the water. So I'm not too familiar with all of the Jason movies. There's just so many of them, honestly. So we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing of this one. Now with these clamshells with NECA, cool way to open them if you don't want to bust out scissors is to break these little things right here. And then sometimes if you do it well enough, you can reseal the clamshell. I mean, it won't be like sealed, but I mean, if you're a person like me that likes saving all your packaging and stuff like that. Because what I do also is like with my NECA Ultimate figures, pretty much anything I unbox, I try and open it from the bottom. See, you can see I missed one right here. I missed a couple down here. Cool, so we can actually show you guys the product shots a lot better now. Got all that glare. Get some really nice artwork. We'll give you a better look at that description on the back there. Better look at the product shots. Now on these pictures it does show the hair, and I honestly can't wait to check that out, see how good of a job they did with that. So just like with your other NECA cloth figures, you're gonna get one of these little silica bags in the back. And I noticed with these, NECA hasn't been using twist ties. They use kind of like these little, it's like a little plastic tag, kind of like on the back of a shirt. So it's a lot easier. You can just stretch it and it rips. Then you can do the same to the top one there. So here we're going to look at the head first. Got some nice sculpt on the teeth, it looks like there. I mean, all around the head looks pretty gruesome. I mean, that's how you want it to be if it's going to be a corpse, right? Try and get a good look at the worms coming out. Now, those eyes look pretty creepy. I would recommend, if you can see this in person, to take a look at it at least, because it is a nice sculpt to this one at the very least. The paint detail is incredible too, that kind of like shine that it has. We're going to take a look at the back of the head, take a look at the hair. Now it's funny, you can actually see the hair blowing with the fan that we have above us. It's just the fan that we have in the shop here. But you can see it kind of like, you know, moving the hair. It's pretty cool. Now if you really wanted to, you could, you know, fold some of this over, forward. You can really mess with it if you really want. It feels nice. I mean, as nice as a corpse's hair is supposed to feel. Now we're going to look at her hand. And as you can see, you get that kind of like burn detail. And nice little blood applicants too. It looks like she was recently grabbing or, you know, touching something that had some blood. Maybe it's just grime from being at the bottom of the lake. Now that detail goes up to her elbow, up to that elbow hinge right there. You get that. So you could pull the sweater sleeves all the way up to the elbow if you wanted. You could pose her with their hands up, and you would still get that nice detail on the elbow, or leading up to the elbow, I should say. Now another thing that they did really good with is the distressing of her actual vest. It looks kind of burnt. Looks pretty burnt and dirty. And honestly, I think it's the lighting that's making it kind of hard to see. There you go. In person, you can tell though it's an authentically distressed sweater. It looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and look at her feet now. Take a look at the boots. So what I do know and remember of Friday the 13th is that the first one is actually his mom doing the killing. It's Jason in the first one. So it's pretty cool. She's got her boots on. And the boots are pretty distressed. I like how you can really see the corpse's foot beneath the shoe layer. Let me get the camera real quick to focus. There you go. Now you can see the foot underneath the openings of the shoe. That's pretty cool. This side as well. I just think that's really cool that they take that extra time to put that detail in, you know? Like right there, look at that. You can see, if it'll focus right, you can see her toes. There it is. Now, as I was saying, how this figure is from part 3. In part 1, it's his mother doing the killing. And we actually have one of those figures from back in 2005 when NECA made them. We'll go ahead and just put her here in like a generic scare pose. Almost like she's waving at the camera. We're gonna go ahead and just sit her down. But we will take a look at this one. And this is gonna be from Friday the 13th part 1. As I mentioned, this is when she's doing the killing, and you can see the sweater there. This is not a cloth figure though, as you can tell. This is from 2005, so NECA has definitely come a long way as far as articulation, but you can tell it's still got some nice sculpt to it. You can see the ring is slightly raised, you see that? She's got some pretty good detail in her fingernails there. I mean, they've improved their sculpts, you know, since then for sure, but for being 2005, you know, still a really solid figure there. And so this has been a unboxing and review from Gotham City Comics, brought to you by Mr. Angry Eyes. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook. Both of these figures are available from Gotham City. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos, more unboxings. Like I said about that pinhead, if anybody knows what that tic-tac-toe stuff is, let me know in the comments. I've never seen any of the Hellraiser movies, so it just honestly looks like tic-tac-toe to me. But I figured each one has something to do with the movie, considering that Chucky had the patch on his back of his head right here, and Pennywise had the red balloon. So yeah, check us out. Let us know what you guys think. Stay tuned for more.